Alright, Transitory Financial Manual, Volume 2, Part 6, Chapter 2000, Issuing with the Redemption of the Gold Certificates. Chapter 5, Proceed with the Use of the Issuing and Redeeming the Gold Certificates. Section 2010, Scope of Applicability, Gold Certificate Book Entry, Transaction represent monetization, government-owned gold, and par value of $42 to $22.22 per fine troy ounce. Instruction on the chapter oil apply with the Federal Reserve Bank, United States, the Mint, with the Board Governor of the Federal Reserve System, Federal Reserve Bank of New York issues and redeemed gold certificate on behalf of the U.S. Department of Treasury. The value of the gold certificate is certified with the Treasury General Account with the use to generate operating expense of the federal government. Section Secretary Treasury authorized Title 12, U.S. State Code 391 to use Federal Reserve Bank to act as depository official agent of the U.S. government by Title 31 U.S. Code 5117 issue redeemed gold certificates. Section 16 Federal Reserve Act as amended in Title 12 1446-7, where Secretary Treasury the prescribed regulation form received with approval of the order. Form deposit withdrawal gold certificate held in Treasury. Section 2020 background Treasury reports gold holding various publication public bureau officials with the prepare of the staff of the report. Treasury owned gold that provides report with the type of the location of the government owned by this report. Available official service website status report U.S. government gold reserve summary gold data account will also provide the monthly treasury statement of recipient outlay for the government, combined statement of recipients outlay for the balance for the U.S. government financial report U.S. government. Gold certificates represent Treasury liable to the Federal Reserve, but since the Federal Reserve is loan cash federal government with the gold as collateral, liability incurred with the gold certificate is limited with the gold being held in the Treasury General Account at the standard par value established in law since 1934. Gold certificate has been issued non-definite or book entry for the form on the Treasury book, which gold is issued in the Federal Reserve Bank, New York, and refused dollar deposit in the Treasury General Account. Or Section 2025 definition of asset liability statement, or A&L, a monthly report submitted with the U.S. Mint with identified with the fine troy ounces within par value gold, silver on hand, the deep storage held, working inventory, mint, congressional authorized coins. Book entry procedure for the use to increase the decrease account balance for the physical transfer asset of entries into this account supported with valid data rather than a currency. Demonetization account used process used to reverse cash value with the sign of the U.S. gold holdings. Monetization account profit to give the gas for U.S. gold holding gold's value with the par value per fine troy ounce established with the law Federal Reserve balance. Federal Reserve Bank, New York credits the Treasury operating cash for accounting amount of good designated monetized Treasury. Alright, Section 2030, Accounting Reporting Procedure for the Gold Certificate. Federal Reserve Bank, the U.S. Mint have custody of the gold inventory. The U.S. government, the Federal Reserve Bank holds the gold in storage on the display with the U.S. government. The report, the transcript, the official service, the internet changes and holding the U.S. Mint holds gold in storage inventory. Report for the gold, no gold transaction asset liability statement. U.S. Mint with officials with the Board of Government, the Federal Reserve Bank. Federal Reserve System updated the report, proceed with the new demonetized policy that becomes effective in 2001. To effect the demonetized policy, first serve the request of the Federal Reserve redeem gold certificates of 100,000 fine troy ounce of the gold. Subsequently, each month of the U.S. Mint divided with official service to increase gold inventory. Official service arrived at the Federal Reserve Bank to effect the like of the change of the gold certificate. U.S. Mint reports net gold transaction. Official service funds of the management brand report next. The gold certificate transaction central accounting reporting system. Difference between gold and gold certificates should remain at 222,222 book value of 100,000 fine troy ounces of gold. Alright, 2030-10 accounting reporting procedure by noon of the last business day of the month. The U.S. Mint divided with official serve the cash account branch and its gold, the inventory balance for the excess liability statement. The cash accounting branch to determine the net increase degree of the gold of the previous decrease the last access liability statement. Notified the Federal FMB with the email with the request for the insurance redemption for the gold certificate, the same amount with the FMB with the notified the Federal Reserve Bank, New York, V with the fax 4 p.m. in the Eastern Time on the last business day of the month for the issued gold certificate with the gold inventory equivalent to good redeemed gold certificate with the gold inventory as deceased. Also, there's no activity during the Federal FMB Sent the notification Federal Reserve Bank of New York indicated the balance did not change. Officials said the requirement for the issue of the goals for the Federal Reserve Bank of New York prepared with the stand form 215 deposit take reflect with the deposit of the fund of the Treasury General account. Official for the request for the redemption of the goals for the Federal Reserve of New York issued the stand form 5515 deposit reflect with the withdrawal fund of the Treasury General account. The FMB for the stand form 215, stand form 15515 supporting documentation preparation statement of the transaction classification transaction accountability with the reporting to account with the 8168000003 gold certificate fund. Board of Governors, Federal Reserve System, U.S. Mint. Federal Reserve FMB subsequently sent the letter to the Federal Reserve Board to confirm the officials of the gold certificate balance agreed with the FRM, Federal Reserve Bank, and the Federal Reserve Bank Board returned with the verification of the FMB balance. The U.S. Mint reports the gold transaction to account 816700003. U.S. Treasury owned gold. U.S. Mint for FMB reports the net with gold certificate chain with account 816800003, respectively. Monthly statement of the transaction. The cash accounting branch maintained with the comparison of the balance of the 8167,000. 3 accounting 8168,003 issue of the gold certificate and are issued to redeem per legislative treasury policy guideline. Difference between these balances should be $4,002,220,000, $222.22, reflecting 100,000 fine troy ounce of the unmonetized gold. Alright, the Context Bureau of Official Services Annual Agency Reporting Analysis, the Reporting Analysis Branch, and that's Parkersburg, West Virginia. Bureau Officials for the Central Accounting Reporting Branch, Cash Accounting, Parkersburg, West Virginia, and this was Volume 2, Part 6, Chapter 2000.